What's up guys, this is Jeff from Sorta Healthy, and today we're covering a topic that honestly I probably should have covered a little bit sooner. Today we'll be going over what you should do after completing your personal training certification. So you as a personal trainer before working with any clients should obtain a certification through ACE, ACSM, NASM, or the NSCA. A lot of people also like the ISSA certification as well. I myself haven't dug into what's included in that certification yet, but I intend on exploring it soon. All any of these certifications really do is give you the bare minimum amount of foundational knowledge that you should have before working in the field. Spoiler alert, none of these certifications, or any other certifications for that matter, will actually make you a good trainer. Me telling you that your certification doesn't make you a good trainer, while true, still doesn't quite sit right with me. So what I'll do to smooth things over is give you a plan that will take you from newly certified personal trainer to skilled certified personal trainer. And what do I ask for in return for this plan? Bags of cash maybe? No, all I ask for in return is a like on this video and you subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is the best way for you to help support this channel, which is a free resource for all personal trainers. Thanks for the support, everyone. The channel is growing and it's thanks to all of you. So we've already established two things. One, you should absolutely get certified through a previously mentioned agency to obtain the base knowledge for working as a fitness professional. Two, though useful, this knowledge doesn't actually make you a good trainer. So how do you become a good trainer then? So what I've done here is create a pyramid of steps that you should take to become a more skilled personal trainer. Those of you certified through NASM are probably sick of looking at pyramids, so sorry about that. The absolute base of the pyramid, we'll call it the pre-step base, is to obtain a personal training certification. The first thing that you should do after obtaining your personal training certification is shadow other trainers. Emphasis on the trainers part of that, as in shadowing one personal trainer probably isn't good enough. You're best off shadowing at least 2 to 3 other personal trainers, all of which should have at least 1 year of training experience. By shadowing these other trainers, you'll learn how to interact with clients, structure workouts, you learn session timing, and you're also going to learn a whole bunch of other useful things. There is no substitute for being in an environment where you have multiple trainers around you doing their thing. So how do you start shadowing other trainers? Well, I know this is probably a shocking answer to a lot of you, but really all you have to do is ask. When I first started out in the field, that was all I did, and yeah, it worked. Most trainers think it's kind of cool that someone would want to shadow them. So feel free to ask them in person, via email, or even social media. Over the years, I've had a good number of trainers shadow me as well. We'll just call this the circle of life over here in personal training world. Ultimately, in shadowing a few other trainers, you can start to piece together how you might actually want to train clients. If I shadow 3 trainers, we'll call them Trainer A, Trainer B, and Trainer C. Maybe I like the way Trainer A communicated with his clients the best, and I want to emulate what that trainer was doing with my own clients. Of course, put your own spin on things, don't become a carbon copy of anyone. Then maybe I like the exercise selection best from Trainer B, and maybe I like the flow of Trainer C's workouts the best. I think you guys all get what I'm saying here. Take advantage of what others are already doing well and put your own spin on it. The next part of our pyramid is to take advantage of free online resources. There are endless Facebook groups and subreddits out there that can be good resources to trainers of all skill levels. In fact, since you're watching this video right now, there's a decent chance that this is how you initially got introduced to my content. We're regular posters on a few training related Facebook groups, but we actually spend more time on the subreddit Our Personal Training. Asking questions in these groups and observing other trainers' answers to these questions can be very valuable. This is also where your favorite YouTube channel, Sorta Healthy, comes into play. This channel is meant to be useful to all personal trainers. Duh, that's why we're all here. But there are essentially 3 stages of personal training that I create content for. Pre-training content, or content for those who are considering entering the field. Post-certification content, or content that helps bridge the gap from this point, or recently certified trainer, to this point, aka certified skilled trainer. I also create content for more advanced trainers who are running their own businesses, or are looking to do so very soon. So make sure to take advantage of others' knowledge, like myself, who've made lots of mistakes working in the field over the years. This allows you to learn from the things that others do well and don't do so well. The third step, or next step up our pyramid, is to practice your newly obtained skills from the pre-step plus the previous 2 steps on your friends and family members. This is a very obvious step, but a lot of trainers do skip this one. And as a person who hires other personal trainers, let me tell you, it shows. It's usually pretty obvious when it's a trainer's first time actually training someone. Their timing is usually way off, they don't know how to properly engage the client, and they don't know what kind of questions to ask throughout the session. Of course, the list does go on here. My question to you, though, is why would you put yourself in this situation? You're telling me that you don't have a single friend or family member who wants a few free personal training sessions? I'm sure there are a few exceptions out there, but for most of you guys watching this video right now, I do find that hard to believe. So my point here again is that you should really practice training your friends and family members, either at a reduced rate or for free when you're first starting out. It's easy enough to watch another trainer put all the pieces in place when they're doing their own personal training session, but are you going to be able to do the same thing when the pressure is on? If you've already practiced with some friends or family members, then these beginning jitters will be reduced a lot. When someone like myself is looking to hire a new personal trainer, the last thing that we expect is perfection. But that being said, I do expect you to put in some work beforehand as well. This leads me to my fourth step, which is easily the biggest and most time-consuming and is really 3 steps. But whatever. Get at least one training job, grind for at least 1 year, and start building your social media presence. Yeah, you heard that right. Get at least one training job and grind for at least 1 year. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. There are no shortcuts within this industry. 99% of people who do this for a living work their asses off. Notice how I said 99% of trainers work their asses off to be successful. Yes, that does mean a very small percentage of you could skip the line, skip the hard work, become insta-famous, and get rich quick. The odds of that happening are incredibly low though. The 5 steps that we go over today ensure success for anyone willing to put some work in. It's possible for you to get your certification and jump right into doing your own thing, whether your own thing is in-person training or online personal training, but in that case, the odds of your success are fairly limited. You'd be lacking so much hands-on knowledge when it comes to things like modifying a client's program or routine when they're suffering from back pain. Or maybe you wouldn't have first-hand experience on what you should say to a client when they didn't lose weight for 3 weeks in a row. So much of your knowledge in this job comes from you getting in the trenches, working with people, and helping to solve their ever-changing problems. This is why we strongly recommend getting your client interaction practice while you're still in your first year. It's very hard to learn to run your own training business while also learning all of this other stuff. Like I've said before, this experience is invaluable, and I could go into more detail as to why that's the case, but I think you guys all understand what I'm saying. So yeah, get a training job or multiple training jobs if necessary and grind for at least 1 year. You'll learn 10 times more in that first year of training than you did in your certification program. Oh yeah, and about social media. Use this first year where you're working as a personal trainer to start to build your social media presence. When we say social media, we are primarily referring to Facebook and Instagram. These 2 platforms are the most likely to be useful in helping you to build your training brand. That being said, also consider other platforms such as LinkedIn, Pinterest, and heck, maybe even YouTube. You certainly don't have to be a guru with millions of followers, but you should be posting personal training related content on a very regular basis. For better or worse, guys, having a little bit of a social media presence, working as a personal trainer in 2021 is borderline essential. This will become even more true if eventually you want to go off and do your own thing. My final step and top of the pyramid is to keep growing and expand. You can either keep grinding at that same job that you were at before, or you can totally flip the script and try something new like online personal training. Maybe you want to do both. Have at it. The world is your oyster. I started my own business about 2 years into personal training, and for me it was a great move. There was a period of about 5 or so years where I was training my own clients that I obtained from my own business, and I was also training clients within other people's businesses as well. Needless to say, I have learned a lot along the way. This is also where continuing education comes into play, and I am intentionally leaving this part kind of brief. Oftentimes, the value of continuing education for personal trainers is a little bit overhyped. Yes, of course, there are some great certifications out there, like the FMS certifications and the Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification, but many of them are kind of a waste. So while they are necessary to complete, their value does vary dramatically. Your experience, mindset, willingness to learn and adapt, those things are going to be much more valuable than any certification or diploma that you get from said certification. That being said, if you have reached this stage of the pyramid, then you have officially moved from this category, aka recently certified trainer, to this one, which is the skilled certified trainer. And there we have it, everyone. That is what you should do after getting certified. In traditional Sorta Healthy style, we did take a deeper dive into this whole situation as well. What do you guys think though? Do you guys agree with everything that I said throughout today's video? Did I forget anything? I might have forgot something. Anyways, either way, make sure to let me know down in the comments. And if you haven't liked the video yet or subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so, because both of those things do help the channel to grow, which does allow me to create more free content for all of you. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. And until next time, stay sorta healthy.